You ready?
I'm all bored.
We get to talk to one of my favorite comedians right now.
Hoping you hold
All right,
it together.
here we go. 3.
Recording in progress.
Oh my goodness. Why does this thing keep popping up?
It's a witness protection program. Get on board.
3, 2. Welcome to It's a Hawaii Thing. I'm Lanai, and that's Brooke Lee. Please don't get us confused. We got a very special guest today.
Yes, we do.
You know, we always have special guests,
Yes,
but this one, I've been watching for a little while, and I really enjoy his comedy because I do stand up, and I can appreciate what he does and appreciate where he's from. He's won multiple global stand-up comedy theater tours, and he's done multiple theaters from Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, India, Canada, London. He's done it all. He's a correspondent on one of my favorite shows, The Daily Show with Trevor Noah on Comedy Central.
Nice.
He was voted Variety's top 10 comics to watch in 2016. He was on Crazy Rich Asians. He's currently been seen in Amazon's film Bliss and Marvel's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings premiering in September. The resume just goes on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, what did I forget?
The show in Hawaii?
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ronny Chieng. Come on, give it up for Ronny.
Hi.
The place goes crazy.
Thanks for having me on.
Aloha, brother.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to
Aloha,
see you.
aloha.
Why don't you tell everybody where you're at right now? Because they can relate.
Oh, I'm in strict hotel quarantine in New Zealand, otherwise known as White People Hawaii. And
Truth bombs.
they take it pretty seriously here.
Yeah.
So I'm in this place for 14 days.
14 days.
They've done pretty well with it.
No joke.
Yeah. Their president don't fool around.
Nope.
Hey, congratulations on everything, man.
Oh, thanks so much.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for welcoming me into Hawaii.
No.
I was there for 6 months from the start of the year. Only recently left, and it was hard to leave, man. It was like the best place in America.
Were you just vacationing or just getting away from it all?
He was working.
No,
bro.
I was working. Yeah, he's setting me up.
Tell everybody what you were working on.
I was very lucky to have a small role in the Doogie Howser reboot.
Yes.
Doogie Kamealoha.
Yes.
Coming out on Disney Plus at a time which I don't even know if I'm supposed to say it, so I'll let the official Disney people
That
announce
Disney
that,
arm
but
is long. It's very long. It's in the future. Yeah. Sometime in the fall.
I'm more scared of Disney security than I am of the government. So I'll let them talk about it. But man, we were there for 6 months filming this TV show, and Hawaii was very much a character in the show.
Yeah, yeah.
The way New York is a character in all these rom-coms and Woody Allen films. I don't know if I can say his name anymore publicly, but anyway, but like the way New York is a character in his films, like Hawaii is a character in this TV show, and it was really cool to see, me as a guest to Hawaii. So, I can't speak to the authenticity of it. I hope it was authentic.
Yeah.
I know people took great pains to make it authentic. They made sure they got Hawaii's own Jason Scott Lee involved, so that there was authenticity behind it, which is very important, I think. So from my outside point of view, I was like, this is really cool, man.
Yeah. What character are you playing?
I play Dr. Lee. Again, I don't know how much I can. I don't want Disney to start coming after me.
And arrest you.
Let's save it for the trailer.
Okay.
But, I play an Asian doctor.
Okay.
We'll
save it for when
or
you
as
come
they
back.
know them in Hawaii, a doctor.
Yeah.
Because they're all
A
Asian
doctor,
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll save it.
Yeah, that's what based on Hawaii. Everyone's Asian in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Okay, but they didn't kill you off. You'll be on the next season, right?
No,
You really can't talk about it, so let's move on before the lawyers get involved.
Yeah.
But you and Jason Scott Lee are like besties now. Is that how that works from 6 months of working together?
I don't want to exaggerate.
He's my neighbor. I'll speak for him. You guys are besties. Trust me.
Oh, you guys on the Big Island?
They're like good friends.
Oh no, we grew up together in Hawaii. We're the Palisade Lees. I'm the Upper Lees. He's the Lower Lees. So
no, he was man. He's a
mensch.
I think we're on first name basis now.
Yeah, no, he loves you.
I feel like I'm very good friends with him.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
No, I'll speak for him as the Lees. I'll speak for him. Y'all are very good friends. He likes you a lot.
Oh,
He
cool.
likes very fond of you.
Jason was really cool, and you can tell people's energy.
Right.
As soon as you meet them, and he's super down to earth.
Yes.
And he's very positive as well, and not just honest, but very warm and positive. You know how some people are like, they think like being honest means that you have to be like a to everybody because that's being honest. Like that's different, and Jason kind of shows how to be that kind of person.
But like when he
his
walked
story
on,
is amazing.
When he walked on set, were you like, oh my God, that's Bruce Lee? Or were you just like, oh, that's cool. So I'm cool. I'm
a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. But I think a big part of me being in America and being lucky to get work in America is getting to meet all my American heroes in comedy, in film, and be trying to be professional.
Right.
Like trying to be like, okay, don't be a fanboy. Don't ask dumb questions. People, don't try to, get something from them in this moment.
Right.
Just like try to be professional. And but it's cool because I watched him in Singapore growing up. I watched Dragon in theater.
Wait, hold on, Ronnie. Hold on. We're gonna continue. We got to take a quick break, and I got to gather my thoughts so I don't ask you any dumb questions.
Fanboy is what he's gonna be.
We're talking with Ronnie. Don't go anywhere. It's a Hawaii thing. We'll be right back. Bringing you what matters. Viewers can receive the Star Advertiser digital full access subscription for just $9.95 per month. Go to staradvertiser.com and click on subscribe. Use the code AHITHING. Chaminade University is preparing Hawaii's leaders for tomorrow, today. Earn a private education with a public service mission right here at home. Get started at chaminade.edu. Welcome back to It's a Hawaii Thing. We got Ronny Chieng here, and comedian, actor. What did you start off at stand-up first?
Yes.
You started
stand-up comedy I started doing stand-up comedy in Australia. I still consider that my primary profession. I did some shows in Honolulu.
I saw.
Yes.
It was super fun.
I saw. I missed all of them.
I got my local guy, James Main.
James Mani.
Oh man, I messed up his name.
No, it's okay. James started doing comedy with us. We had a comedy club here. Yeah, he's awesome.
No, he's super funny. He was a great guy, and I got him on the show, and then I got DJ Taco.
Yes, that's my guy. Taco used to be one of my DJs at the radio station.
So crazy.
Yeah, you did Workplay. You were working on some new material at Workplay.
Yeah. So I did this very small shows, and I mean, I did it small just because when you're testing material, you want to do it to a smaller crowd, and also I don't know if I can sell tickets in Hawaii.
Yes, you can.
But people showed up.
You can.
I was like, I got.
When you come back, I'd love to open for you. So Ronnie, Ronnie,
I'm definitely coming back. No, I'm definitely coming back. I already got the agents.
Good.
Talking to the theaters now.
Because doesn't Trevor kill when Trevor comes?
Trevor sells out.
Trevor kills everywhere.
Yeah, you got to do one of the theaters here for sure, like the Blaisdell. Hawaii Theater.
I'm definitely doing it. No, it's already on the books.
So, please, let us know so we can help you. Well, you don't need help, but we're here with the newspaper. Star Advertiser is our big sponsor, and but talking about comedy, how long you been doing comedy?
Not that long. Still, I think. Was it March 2009?
What?
So 12 years. But I feel like last year was like
it's a loss.
That doesn't count, right? So it's like 11 years plus whatever you want to include last year if you want. But I feel like last year was like a lost year.
How do you get on how do you get on the Daily Show?
Because he's good.
I know you're good, but what happened? Tell us the story on how it happened.
Are you comparing notes? Is that what's happening? Because you were in
I love Brooke here. Brooke just having my back the whole time. Man. Just helping me defend all these
I mean, he's just looking at his list and going, "How did you?"
No, he's awesome.
Did I
know why I didn't get in it. I just want to know what was the story? How did you meet Trevor?
Look, I mean, it's like every kind of story in show business. I'm sure you guys have similar stories as well. Like. You were hustling, you stayed in the mix, and then you were lucky enough to get opportunity, and then when you got the opportunity you delivered. I think so for me I did a show with Trevor in Montreal at Just for Laughs in Canada. And I didn't know him. We weren't friends before that. I did a show with him. I did like 10 minutes on this gala with him, and then he really liked what he saw. And then 2 years later, he got the Daily Show. Right? So it wasn't like he was looking for anyone in particular. And shout out to Trevor. Obviously, thank you, Trevor, for everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, think about this guy who when he got the Daily Show, he had people who he was closer friends with who were funnier than me, but he asked me to be on it because he felt very strongly that he wanted an Asian face on the Daily Show.
Yeah, no,
he didn't have to do that.
Yeah,
he didn't have to do that.
Yeah,
and
he had to do.
that. So I'm lucky that I was the person he chose to represent Asian people, but he wanted someone on that show to represent Asian faces.
But you know what's super cool is the angle that you take and the direction and your delivery is kind of like what he does coming from South Africa, outside looking into America, and you kind of have that angle too, and you tell it straight. I love it. I saw you the first time I ever saw it, and I'm not blowing smoke. First time I ever saw it, I was like, this guy is funny, because it's just across the grain to me.
No, thanks so much. Always means so much more coming from a comic. I think what was interesting was like I remember when I first moved to America, I actually messaged John Oliver to ask him how to be a non-American correspondent on a Daily Show.
Really?
It's such a specific job. And the Daily Show alumni, Daily Show is like Harvard Business School for comedy. Like the alumni is so close knit that I didn't know John Oliver before I got here, but the message got to him through the alumni network. And he invited me to his office at 8 a.m. before his day started, and we talked for an hour and a half, and he gave me the lowdown, very specific advice, not generic stuff. And one of the things he told me was like, he said it took him 2 years to relearn how to do comedy in America. And I'm speaking to this idea of being a foreigner in America, that perspective. And he said it took him 2 years to relearn how to do comedy. And he was spot on to the day. And to your point of being an outsider, it's like, yeah, you can be an outsider to America, and you can, you can kill for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But after about 9 months of being the outsider to America, like the audiences can smell the BS. They're
wait, hold that thought. Hold that thought. We got to take a quick break. I want to finish this conversation. Don't go anywhere. It's a Hawaii thing. We'll be right back. This show is brought to you by Atlas Construction, Hawaii's #1 builder for 9 years in a row. Call them at 808-951-9500 for the quality and service you deserve today. HEC Medical Clinic, Dr. Aries Oda, Hawaii's #1 laser weight loss center for weight loss, reverse diabetes, and heart disease. Call today for your limited time special, only $37. Lose 1 to 2 inches instantly. Welcome back to It's a Hawaii Thing, talking story with Ronny Chieng. And, we're talking about the Daily Show and how you got involved in it. How long has it been now since you've been on the show?
What's been September 2015, so 6 years.
6 years.
Including the last year.
Yeah.
We were still working last year, so I guess, it definitely counts.
Yeah. Are you having fun with it? Is it grueling? Is it work? How is the experience?
Again, I feel like it's the Harvard Business School of comedy because you're there every day and you're surrounded by people who are the best at their job, editors, writers, directors, producers, and all these people who have been doing it a long time, and so you kind of need to step up to meet their level,
right? And
they're trying to help you look good because you're on screen, but it's this whole machine that like every day you gotta kind of show up and bring it. But it's also very Buddhist because it's like if you have a bad show, no one cares. Tomorrow there's a new show. And if you have a good show, nobody cares because tomorrow you got another show. You gotta stay in the moment. It's very you have to very much stay in the present, and you're not overthinking is this good or bad, because whether it's good or bad, like 7 p.m. we're taping this, so the deadline is coming, so you gotta produce something.
What do you think of, because you guys are very honest about everything, how is it, and what do you think of this whole cancel culture world now? Do you get a lot of slack because you're not from here and you talk about things in America?
Honestly, I think a lot of this cancel culture stuff is just like 5 people overreacting on Twitter, and then 20 people overreacting to the 5 people, and then like 40 people overreacting to the 20 people who are overreacting to the 5 people.
That's a good way to look at it.
And actually, nobody cares about the underlying issue most of the time. And as long as you can see the matrix with that, you know, and maybe I benefit from having to cover it every day, or maybe because I'm in stand-up comedy, that's my job. And so I'm at the forefront of that kind of, you know, the intersection of freedom of speech and cancel culture, and entertainment and being a public figure or whatever. Maybe because I see it so much that I know the game, and so it doesn't affect me as much. And basically, if you wait 3 days,
it's gone.
Everyone kind of moves on.
Yeah.
It's only whether you get emotionally compromised, you know, when you get emotionally compromised. And it's very easy to say, I don't care what people say. I don't care about what's on the internet. But I can tell you for a fact, normal human beings, not us, because we are experienced show business professionals, but normal human beings cannot deal with backlash on the internet. Everyone thinks they can deal with it. Normal human beings actually can't deal with it. And if they get 2 to 3, you know, awful comments, they start freaking out because they don't know how to deal with it. You know? But us, because we're like kind of seasoned, experienced professionals, we deal with it a little bit better, right? And I think that muscle is something that everyone needs to figure out, whether or not you're a professional showbiz person or not, because otherwise we're all just overreacting to overreaction.
Yeah, you know? That's true.
I think that's most of what that, you know, cancel culture stuff is.
Well said. Well said. Who's your favorite comedian? Who did you look up to? Give me 3.
Oh man, everybody, man. I can't give you names. I mean, everybody. Honestly, if you're in a comedy club, if you're a professional comedian in a comedy club, man, like, you know, kudos to you. You know, it's a tough.
They're
tough
all
gig.
his
You know
favorites.
how it is.
They're all his favorites.
Well, everyone's my favorite, but I always had like, you know, there was always like when I first started, Andy Bumatai or, you know, Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was the first person I ever saw do stand up. You know, but was there anybody like that?
I'm sorry, Bill Cosby wasn't the first person you ever saw?
No.
Okay. Or are we just not supposed to talk about him anymore?
Not supposed to talk about him anymore.
Speaking of cancel culture, right?
wait, save that thought, because I want you to answer that if there's somebody that inspired you of doing comedy, not the Bill Cosby thing, just the comedian.
Got it.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. It's a Hawaii thing. For all your money needs, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union is here for you. Visit hificu.com. Welcome back to It's a Hawaii Thing. We got Ronny Chieng here, and we're talking about stand-up and comedians, and everything that you're doing has just been amazing, my brother. And comics. Who are some of the comics you like to watch? How about that?
I mean, it was. I think the reason why everyone puts Seinfeld as number 1 is because for most of us, he was the first exposure to the idea of stand-up comedy, right? He was the one who we watched as a kid with your parents, and you're like, man, that you can do that? Like that's a job, or not even a job, like, oh, that's a way you can express yourself. You can just stand in front of people and just tell jokes, and that's legit. And so I guess he's the, you know, that's why he's like the, whether or not you are of his style, you can't deny his influence on that whole thing, right?
And he did it clean too. He does it clean. He does it.
Yeah, he does it clean.
He's
and he killed it. He made a ton of money. Also, I think I really love how Dave Chappelle kind of talks about race and American culture. You know, I think he really elevates the art form in everything he does. You know, the way he presents himself, the way he discusses topics. You know, I think he's got a lot of artistic integrity, and it helps that he's also like brilliant, you know. So I think he's a real kind of role model, not just for comics, but just for being a non-white person talking about culture in America. You know, I think he's a really good example of that. You know, so I take a lot of that, and I've been lucky to and you know, my guy Bill Burr, he produced my special as well. I've been lucky to, like, you know, work with a lot of my heroes. But Bill, again, go ahead. Again, every comic at any club is my hero. Honestly, if I see, you know, I learn a lot watching every comic go on stage.
It's not the easiest thing to do in the world. Bill Burr's another one. He is a genius, that guy, to me. Just because his you know, he has kahunas to say whatever he wants. You know, he's
kahunas.
And back to your point. Back to your point about cancel culture.
Kahunas are completely different things, just so you know.
Yeah.
Just the cultural specialist
about
in the
cancel
room.
culture. You just say,
okay.
you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just the Hawaiian in the room. Just
Yeah. Sorry. The cojones. He had big balls. He got balls, this guy.
Cojones?
Yeah. Balls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because kahunas are spiritual.
Yeah,
right.
people.
His balls on me.
Okay. Don't cancel us, Hawaiian. I'm here for you. Kamealoha grad. Okay.
Yeah. So what are you working on right now in New Zealand? Can you say?
Well, I'm working on getting through this quarantine without losing my mind. And after that, I'm doing this small role in this horror film with the Blumhouse production company. The guys who made Get Out. Yeah, they're doing this little horror film down here. And again, I don't know how much I can talk about.
What day are you on in quarantine right now?
I'm on day. Man, time means nothing.
I know,
anymore,
but that's
so
why it's very interesting to us. Are you? Do you have a Wilson? Do you have like a little?
I'll say day 6.
Oh.
Yeah, Wilson
gosh.
is you guys right
Oh,
now.
okay.
Yeah.
Hi, we're
yeah.
Wilson for you.
Yeah.
We really don't exist. We're in your mind.
Are you and Trevor ever going to go on tour together?
I can't tell you that this is probably the furthest thing from Hawaii I can think of, being in a hotel room. Because that 6 months in Hawaii was just a dream come true. And
Well, you got to let us know when you come back.
Yeah, I'm coming back probably coming back November this year and do a proper show in a proper theater.
And then buy
Hawaii.
a house and then, do all of that. Live in Kahala next to Daniel Day Kim. It's a whole thing.
Dude, I don't know who can afford Hawaiian houses.
You can. Ask Trevor. I'm sure Trevor can.
So going back to my question, are you and Trevor ever going to go on a tour? Do you guys ever discuss that?
Don't think so. No.
Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Are you?
Yeah. Well, actually,
he
went to Singapore to do a show, and then I said, "Hey, you're going to Singapore? That's where I'm from. I'm coming on the show." I just forced myself on the show.
Nice.
To be quite honest, he didn't ask me. I just was like, "Hey, there's no way you're going to Singapore."
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm
my
not
town.
Gonna go.
Yeah.
So I just
Nice.
Well,
my mom lives there, so I forced myself onto the show.
Nice.
You have to.
Respect.
You're coming to Hawaii, and just so you know, I live here.
Respect.
We're almost running out of time, but we have a gift for you.
I'm like Vanna Brown. Okay.
We're gonna send you a gift in the mail.
We've got some 80 tees to send to you. They're Hawaiian legit shirts. So when you get off the plane and you wear them, people are like, "Oh, he's legit."
Ronnie, we gotta say congratulations to all your success. I'm a huge fan. I love that you're doing the Doogie new show. I can't wait to watch it. I heard it's so good that it's gonna get picked up again.
Kamealoha. He's afraid of the Hawaiian word.
I know it's gonna get picked up again. But congratulations and everything. Join us for the rest of this interview on YouTube, Spotify, and all the other platforms. Apple. We'll see you guys next time. Ahui ho.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome back to It's a Hawaii Thing, the extended version. Those of you on YouTube, please leave us a comment, subscribe. Mahalo for joining us. Ronny Chieng is hanging out with us. Comedian, actor, Crazy Rich Asians. Boy,
here we go.
That was a big one. that like turned the world upside down. How was that for you? Did you have fun?
Yeah, that was great experience. It was my first. That was my first movie experience. So I didn't know what to expect. I thought every movie goes that well. Not really. That was a real moment in time, and I was lucky to be a small role in that. And
but that wasn't like your SAG. Was that your SAG? That wasn't like your first acting thing, was it?
In America, yeah, definitely my first movie for sure. Yeah,
that's a lot of pressure.
But that was after I got the Daily Show, so I guess I was on the Daily Show and I got cast on that. But man, I tell you, the cast and crew, we still talk till today.
Aww.
Like we have a big WhatsApp group chat going, and that was something that was very obvious on set, was that because we were all just Asian people in show business of roughly the same age, there was a lot of shorthand. Like there's a lot of stuff we didn't need to discuss that on other sets would be ridiculous. Like for example, on CRA, it would be unspoken that after rap we would go for Korean barbecue and then we go for karaoke.
Wow.
When we go for Korean barbecue, we didn't need to explain what the hell Korean barbecue was. We didn't need to explain what this meat was, what kind of everyone just knew what the hell was going on. We didn't need to explain anything. We didn't need to explain ourselves. We didn't need to explain what was going on. We just got it. Everyone was down with it.
Craft services must have been awesome.
Because you were the majority for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on set, and it was
Nice.
That's
Hawaii.
and that magic translated onto the screen. I think
so.
Know? And and I think a lot of the strength of that movie was that it didn't over-explain itself.
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
Crazy Rich Asians, like when there's a dumpling scene, nobody was explaining what the hell dumplings were. It was like, you know what this is, and if you don't know, you should know.
Yeah.
People just get it, and I think that's one of the small ways that the needle shifts in storytelling and culture. It's stuff like that, when we're not over explaining stuff that doesn't need to be explained.
Yeah, I love it. I'm going to Singapore for the first time in November. You got to send me some places to eat. Like, where's your? I know there's so many places.
Any
to eat.
corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I don't know if you know this, but there's a global pandemic happening. So I don't know if you can get in. But if you can get in, then I'll hook you up, man. I got the list.
I'm getting in, by the way, so we won't discuss this part any further. But I am going in November.
Okay.
But are you? Can you say? Are you a part of Crazy Rich Asians too?
Here we go.
Google knows more than me about that. You can ask Google.
But Singapore is your Hawaii, correct? Like, that's your...
No, Hawaii is my Hawaii.
Oh,
and one of the reasons why Hawaii appeals to me so much is because it does remind me so much of Singapore. It does. I mean, my mom still lives there. I grew up there, and I remember the first time I went to Hawaii, like, it seemed like the best of both worlds. It was like the best of America and the best of Singapore in one place, which is unbelievable to me. Like, if you take photos of Honolulu or even Maui, some of the houses on Maui, if you just take a photo with no context, it looks like Singapore. You could show people, like, man, because the architecture is that 70s, that, like, and even in Maui, they built houses on stilts. That's how we built houses in Malaysia, like it is almost, it's like a dream. It's like a dream. Hawaii is like a dream, man.
What was your favorite food in Hawaii? Or what is your favorite food in Hawaii?
Favorite food, man. I was going for everything, man. I was going for the yum cha, dim sum. All the time. Going with Amy Hill
and Chris Lee and all of that crew. They were rolling deep.
Man, name dropping people on YouTube right now, because that's how close knit.
Yeah, that's the Asian shorthand. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no one else knows what the hell we're talking about, but everybody in Hawaii knows who we're talking about. We had really good sushi in Hawaii. It was amazing. Coffee was amazing. Honestly, Hawaii should make a bigger deal about growing its own coffee.
Well, we really have started. They've been doing the world competitions with coffee and all this stuff. But I have friends in the business, and it really has. The problem is we can't make it enough of it. That's why it's not as big as it should be, because we can't make enough of it.
That's a cool thing.
Yeah,
it is.
Cool,
though. You limit supply, increase demand. That makes it cooler.
Yeah, it does.
And it's homegrown. And
this is Kona coffee.
I just love the project.
Yeah, Kona coffee. And you know what? The cool thing too about you talking about Hawaii and its community and name dropping, we know each other. I think that's what also makes it cool, because you have guys like Jason Momoa and The Rock and Barack Obama who are from Hawaii. Everybody wants something from Hawaii, or somebody, Bruno Mars. All these entertainers are from Hawaii.
Bette Midler is from Hawaii.
Miss Universe Brooke Lee, the only Hawaiian that won Miss Universe. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so everybody. I think that's what makes it special. And it is one of those, people always tell me anyway, it's like we're like a group or a clique that people are trying to get in. We're always trying to get in Hollywood, but everyone's trying to get in here. Now with all these shows coming to town, I'm sure you're going to get a lot more auditions or calls for shows.
Well, I hope that Hawaii becomes the new Hollywood, honestly. It's got the locations for it. It's got the technical expertise. It's got the equipment to film it. They're already filming stuff. They have the experience.
Yeah.
So, I think I would love to. If they film everything out in Hawaii, I think you could pay everyone like 50% less and they still do it, just because it's such a beautiful place, man. And I think the other thing about Hawaii that I really loved when I was there was, like, people take care of each other there. People know how to look after other people there. People know how to have a sense of community there.
Aloha spirit.
And you get what you give in Hawaii. I think you get the energy that you give out, totally. Which I can't say for every other place.
So when this show gets picked up and you become a regular, are you thinking about moving here or buying a home here?
I can't. I'm scared I'll affect the rental market if I say that. So I'm gonna keep it ambiguous. But let's just say that I felt the most at home in Hawaii. I felt, since I left Malaysia and Singapore.
Where's home base right now for you?
I live in New York.
You're in New York. Are you in Manhattan or are you in Brooklyn? Or?
Yeah, Manhattan.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Manhattan. Yeah.
I love New York.
Is that going to be the farthest from Hawaii?
I know.
Mentality, sensibility, or anything else? It can be farther from the truth.
No, I couldn't. That's why. That's what's so amazing about America as well. It's so big.
Yeah.
America is so big. Like we, in Hawaii, like we're in the middle of the Pacific. And we're still in America.
Yeah.
Nothing makes sense, and it's huge, and people are so different, and I think that's what's really awesome about. That's why I really love being able to live and work in America. And I think what's special about Hawaii is that every state in America has its own distinct culture, but Hawaii has its own distinct. It has its own language.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. So I think that's what's really cool about Hawaii as well. That it's such a distinct thing. When you're in Hawaii, you're in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And I just loved it. I haven't seen the downside yet. So someone needs to show me the underbelly of Hawaii.
When you come, I'll take you to the belly side. No, but even the downside is beautiful. It's the people, the place.
The downside is what's that beach? Not Waimanalo, the other one.
Makaha.
The one. No, the super touristy one. The one where there's no
Waikiki.
parking.
Waikiki.
No, Lanikai.
Oh, Lanikai.
Lanikai. Oh, windward side.
Yeah.
You're parking. Lanikai, you're like parking in people's goddamn
yards.
You're parking in their backyard.
Yeah. And
you have to literally park in their living room.
And just so you know, Ronnie, all those places you're parking at, none of them are Hawaiian or none of them are local.
We're gonna get so much mail. We're gonna get so much mail.
Those people are not from here.
Wow.
Do you know anybody who lives there?
Parking on their so I don't know. I was just like, how is Lanikai this beautiful beach and we're parking in someone's living room just to get the...
We're going to cut to, in October, he's buying a house in Lanikai.
Yeah.
That's what this is going to end up being. When this airs, it's going to be like in the real estate page in the Star Advertiser that Ronnie has closed on a deal on Barack Obama's next door neighbor's house. And he's living in Lanikai.
I would.
With Disney money.
Isn't that where I belong as a non-local?
Yes, I agree.
That's where I belong. I deserve.
I think you're local. You'll go live in Manoa somewhere. I want to ask you, because you did the Craig Ferguson show, and you're in the talk show world. I'm a huge fan of Craig Ferguson. What was he like off camera? Because it seems like he never had any cue cards or read anything for his monologue or nothing.
No, I was on his show after he left.
After he left.
When he left, this was 2013 or 14 or something. When he left, there was a series of guest hosts hosting the Late Show or the Late Show, sorry. And that was my US television debut. And I did stand up on that show, and it's because I knew the showrunner. It's a long story, but the guy who was running the show at the time, Jeff Stilson, he's like a legendary American comic who moved to Australia. Okay. So I met him in Australia, and then when he moved back to LA, I happened to be in LA, and he let me into his house. I was trying to do pilot season one year in LA, and I quickly realized that this isn't my game, but I had to go ahead and see it for myself. And he was nice. He welcomed me into his family home, and I stayed in his pool house.
Wow.
And then he was running the show. He asked me to do stand up on it. But I mean, the bigger point here was that, we're all of us are here because someone at some point believed in us, right? Yeah. Someone gave us a chance, and I was lucky that he gave me a chance to just come on this late show that, honestly, I mean, if you want to be really honest, it doesn't mean anything for anyone other than yourself, right? To be on a US talk show is kind of a rite of passage,
right? As
a stand-up comic to get to be on the show.
You made it. Once you get there.
You feel like you made it. And it doesn't even matter. It doesn't go anywhere. Nobody, you're not selling out Madison Square Garden off that appearance. You might not even get a TV role. It doesn't matter. It's not even about it's not even about getting to the next thing. It's like, man, it's cool. It's cool to be on American TV doing stand-up like I watched so many of my heroes do before,
That's awesome. Are you I know you're acting, of course, now, and might be too far ahead of a question, but is there anything else that you want to do in the the world of television or Hollywood? Like directing, writing?
Man.
Yeah, you doing it?
I love to go back and do another 6 months in Hawaii. That's what I love to do.
Manifest it. Manifest
I feel
it.
like Doogie's gonna be just fine.
Oh, everyone says it's a good show.
I think it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Man, word spreads fast, man. Who told you guys?
Because it's Disney.
I haven't even seen it yet.
It's gonna be fine.
Our director here works on the show. Everybody we know works on the show, and guys here in Hawaii, every big movie comes here, so we get to see, and you can kind of tell what does good vibe-wise and what's not going to come back or what's going to come back.
Let's just say Jason feels good about it. I can speak for you.
You got Jason Scott Lee
JSL,
on there.
I can speak for you. Yeah. They feel good about it. I think they're going to get comfortable.
When is this supposed to air? Do we know?
In the fall.
Yeah, in the fall. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not looking at Google, we'll keep you posted if it's going to get picked up again. I'm sure it will. But anyway,
it's cool. It was cool, and I mean, this is kind of very myopic and almost selfish to say, but that 6 months in Hawaii while we were filming the show, it was like America was really in chaos, especially for Asian people.
Yeah.
And so it was really interesting. It was the best feeling to be in Hawaii and not have to deal with that. When we were there, and everyone was super welcoming to us. I mean, I'll speak for myself. Everyone seemed super welcoming to me. And I hope I was a gracious guest on the island,
You were.
Respecting other people as well. And I felt like they returned that energy to me, and that's why, man, I got so much love for Hawaii. Ever since I first went there as a college kid, just a backpack. I had a feeling, man. I had a feeling Hawaii was something special, and it was.
Yeah, well, no, a lot of my friends saw you at work play, and then of course Jimmy Taco is a friend of mine, and James. So they all said, you were awesome. So yeah, you were a great guest.
Oh, those guys were super cool. Yeah, they took a pay cut to come and do the show. I can't afford Jimmy Taco. He was like,
do you hear that,
but
Jimmy?
He was like, hey man, don't even worry about it. It's not about,
Yeah.
I mean, I still obviously I still paid him, but I mean, it's not his normal rate. But he was cool. He was down to just make something cool, And that was it. And it's also it was the period when we were just opening up again. Right.
So
venues were just opening, and even the venue owner, the guy who owns Workplay, was down. I think he lost money doing my show as well. Everyone lost money doing that show. It was the dumbest financially doing the live shows that I was doing. It was the dumbest move ever. But everyone was down because we were just like, some things are more important than money. Let's create a cool vibe. Let's have people who want to be here, and also let's not risk everyone's life by making it like a. By making it like selling it out packed to the rafters.
No, I was bummed that I missed it. I was bummed that I missed it. But next time, just so you know, Jimmy Taco will take a bottle of tequila, and he would do it for you.
Oh man, I should send him one right now. I'll try to mail him one. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have all this downtime. Do you sit and write comedy? What do you do? Do you read books? What do you like to do?
What do you mean in quarantine?
Yeah, like right now. What are you gonna do? Do you?
Well, yeah. I mean, we're technically still in production on the Daily Show, so I'm still working on that. And then I'm preparing for the movie role as well, so just making sure I don't screw it up. Making sure I know my lines at least.
Are you always writing comedy though? Do you always write? Like, do you take notes or do you think of something funny?
Yeah, you know the drill, man.
Yeah.
You're asking me. You know the answer already.
I know, but
you already know the answer.
You
already know the answer.
I feel like he's trying to date you. It's kind of weird.
No, it's
like I feel like I'm on a speed date.
I interview a lot of people. I like to see what their regimen is. Some people. I have people say they talk into a recorder. Some people write it down. I'm just curious to what you do.
Don't hack his.
Yeah, we just you get a little notebook and then you write down. Yeah. You write down the idea.
Don't tell me your secrets.
Yeah, you try to. I write a lot on stage, which is why I was doing the test shows in Hawaii just to get the words out, right? Yeah. But,
see, that's something Yeah, that's cool.
But is the Hawaii audience different?
No.
It's not. I feel like we're a special flavor.
Everyone laughs if you're funny. They laugh.
No, but Hawaii, I mean, just like everywhere, Hawaiian audiences love the Hawaiian references. Right? Hawaiian audiences love the Hawaiian references because no one else is going to joke about Hawaii.
Right.
Other than Hawaiian.
True.
But true. Obviously, if you joke about anything, they're down. Obviously, Hawaii, the locals and the Hawaiians which I learned the distinction.
Yeah. Good for you.
They were super down. Yeah. They were super down for everything.
Are you doing another Netflix special for stand-up?
Yeah. I got 3 to do, and so that's another reason why I was testing material in Hawaii.
Okay.
I was preparing it for the because I'm touring the U.S. later this year. Have like 15 cities or something, which I'm gonna add Hawaii.
Yeah.
To the list, and then I'm gonna
And for the Netflix special, are you ever gonna go home and do a one of those specials? Will you ever do it in Singapore?
I don't know. That's no real urge to, honestly.
Yeah.
I think the whole point was I tried really hard to come to America to do stand up in America. So I like my visual theme for the previous Netflix special was American show business.
Yeah.
That was the kind of visual theme because in my head I was thinking that there was no how cool would it be in the era of the Rat Pack and Johnny Carson and American Bandstand, whatever, like all these classic American live performing institutions. But I never saw like a Asian performer in that situation.
Yeah.
So that was what I was trying to do with the Netflix special, was try to like channel that visually. And so to your point about performing back home, is like, yeah, I could do that, but I think there's something else I want to say here. With doing it in America, making a statement of like, we can do this in America. I don't have to go back home. I don't have to go back to where I came from to do this. I can do this here. I can hold my own here.
Yeah,
so
you definitely can.
That's kind.
You're like the Bruce Lee of comedy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
he just evoked some words.
Yeah,
some Harry Potter right there. Dang.
No, that's a full compliment.
Yeah,
I know, but I'm just saying that's some heavy shoes.
No, I think what you're doing is awesome, and you gave a whole different perspective on that show for sure, The Daily Show, a whole different perspective because, like you said, it's a Harvard comedy, but it's also like an American thing, and then you got this Asian guy just comes in and crushes it,
kills it.
But I would love to talk to you more. I know you have a lot of quarantining to do.
In Aotearoa.
We're Ronny, I know we just met, but we're very proud of you and everything that you're doing. Keep chugging away, and hope to see you in Hawaii soon.
Yeah, no, thanks, Brooke, and thanks a lot. Thanks for welcoming me into your community, and I'm sure I'll see you guys again soon.
Yeah, you kama'aina now, brother.
Oh,
you kama'aina. Yeah. Well, you take care and good luck on everything, and we look forward to the new Doogie show.
Thank you.
All right.
See you guys.
Make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Ahui ho.